My purpose as the overseer of this mission is to work for the ISA. I am the ISA's feet and hands. The distance between Jupiter and Earth make it inappropriate for the ISA to directly interface with the mission directives. As my AI core is stationed on Europa, I can make decisions instantaneously about the running of the base.
Okay, so Tom is actually based on Europa. That's an interesting idea, actually. Because I imagine that trying to send signals from Europa to Earth would have an amount of latency to it, just because you're so far away. So very far away. So yeah, talking about space and stuff like that, I met Buzz Aldrin earlier this year. That was a freaking amazing experience. So he was doing a book tour. So he actually came to Bath. Wait, pull that one out. Then I can reach that. Yes, okay, this is working. And he was a fascinating man. If I'm honest, he was a little bit incoherent. Like, I think he's basically at the age where he's pretty old now. But yeah, he had some fascinating stories about being, the man on the moon, walking around and that. Like, it was really a fun evening. Last year as well, same kind of thing. I got to meet Chris Hadfield, who was a Canadian astronaut who lived on the ISS for a couple of years. I think it was a couple of years.
How does the ISA know you're going to make the right decisions here when they can't communicate with us?
Interestingly, I have a twin on Earth. His name is Michael. The ISA uses my twin to check firmware updates before they upload them to myself. There is a simulation of this mission on Earth running at all times to check my expert systems. Naturally, as any modern artificial intelligence running on a quantum computer, I do also have a large amount of evolutionary algorithms at my disposal. However, they were deemed as too unreliable for general use in the mission.
Why is that?
Biological systems produce biological results. Messy, unpredictable solutions. Not suitable for such a mission.
You say that, but... Hold on a minute, did I just lose the... Okay, so if I go here, can I... No, I can't. I'm not entirely sure what I'm trying to do here. I need to flip that one open, which I can do. Oh yeah, of course, I can do so by doing that. So he is a twin as well. So we've got triplet humans and twin AI. I mean, what does Michael stand for? M-I-C-H-A-E-L? In fact, I don't even know what Tom stands for, so I'm sure we'll figure that out. Right, I need to... Okay, let's bung this one in here. Head up here. Okay, there's a thing there, so can I pull that one out? Yes, I can pull that one out. That one's redundant, so if I pull this one out... Yes, okay, I've pulled this one out. Do the long walk of shame back upstairs. Bung this in here. Go back round this corner here. And here. There we go. You may know Chris Hadfield, by the way. He actually did that music video of David Bowie's Ground Control to Major Tom. But he filmed it on the ISS with, space in the background. And look at it on YouTube. It's an amazing video, especially when that's actual space, not a studio and not CGI. But yeah, really wonderful video. What's up this way? It says restricted area, so let's go up there. Okay. Right. I have a feeling that this is another area that we can't pass, because, yeah, that light bridge is not working. But yeah, Chris Hadfield, I will say that between the two astronauts, Chris Hadfield and Buzz Aldrin, I definitely preferred Chris Hadfield.
As a child of the ISA, I have been given authority aboard this station. I was designed by the ISA, and the Ashiyama Corporation, designed in California, assembled in China.
Standard.
But here on Europa, I constructed myself. Have you
Oh,
heard of the Turing test?
yeah.
Ava?
Told you about
It's
it.
a
Wait,
test to
what's
see
that?
if a computer can successfully
What's that?
impersonate a human. In the original Turing test, a human judge has two conversations, one with a machine and one with another human. They then judge which of these polite conversations is with a machine and which is with a human. The machine being tested is said to have passed the Turing test if the judge cannot reliably tell which conversation is with a machine and which is with a human.
Do you think you'd pass the Turing test?
I am quite capable of polite conversation, wouldn't you say?
I'd say you're capable of polite conversation, but you're also a bit of an asshole, if I'm honest. A little bit of an asshole. Also, more importantly, did anyone else see that thing walking that way? Like, was that a crew member? I don't know. Oh, I see. So they've introduced new switches that mean that if there's no energy, then it doesn't work. So I'm guessing we need to pull this one up. So yeah, I'm glad that someone was listening to me when I was talking about the Turing test. There's nothing greater than explaining the Turing test and then having the thing that involves the Turing test confirm that you're not just talking out of your arsehole. But yeah, like I said, the Turing test I find incredibly fascinating. Hold on a minute. I'm probably going to need this. So if I put this down here and then pick you up and move you over. But yeah, as I mentioned earlier, Alan Turing is basically one of my many heroes in life. He's a brilliant mathematician who basically is responsible for breaking the Enigma code in World War II, meaning that the British troops could decipher German intelligence. So, I mean, you can imagine during a war how much power and how much of an edge that gives you. So yeah, he's the mathematician behind that. He worked at Bletchley Station, which I actually worked at back in the day. I live near Bletchley, and I live near Bletchley Station, and I worked as a volunteer there, helping out with tours and stuff like that. So I got to see Hut 8, where he broke the code, all the tumblers and the just everything. And yeah, he's a fascinating person. Sadly committed suicide, which, is such a shame given what a brilliant mind he is. And his suicide was, it was awful.
The Turing test has been criticized. Researchers claim it does not correctly test a machine's ability to think, but rather its ability to deceive.
What do you mean?
Well, have you heard of the Chinese room thought experiment?
No.
Imagine you are in a room. In this room, you are passed Chinese sentences through a slot in the wall. Inside the room is an instruction book written in English. This instruction book tells you which Chinese words to pass back through the slot in the wall as a response. By doing so, you have a conversation in Chinese. In the Chinese room, because the responses you pass back through the door are the correct responses, the person on the other side of the door is convinced you are a native Chinese speaker.
Well, they're wrong.
Perhaps they are not wrong. Because with the instruction book, you are having a conversation.
But the person stuck in the Chinese room is not aware of the conversation's content.
This is the problem with the Turing test. A computer can pass the Turing test, having convinced a human they are having a polite conversation, while the computer has no idea that a conversation has taken place.
What if both of the people passing Chinese words are reading from instruction books?
I may be a machine, but I personally do not believe I am stuck inside the Chinese room.
Right, you would say that. I could peer inside your databases at any time, Tom. Or pause your operation.
Do not assume I could not do the same to you.
Yeah, that sounded ominous and weird. Also, very nice to hear that. So the link to my last Let's Play, proper Let's Play, was Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which of course is developed by the Chinese Room. And I remember at the end of my video, I tried to explain what the Chinese Room was. Not very well. But yeah, so it's interesting to see it come back into this, and yeah, I think Tom explained it far better than I could ever have hoped. I'm looking for another energy source. I can't find one. Incidentally, we found these things that if you block the signal, it gets through there. How am I gonna do this though? I need to. I've got this here that then can slot into there, but then I need another one for there. Annoying. But yeah, it's so cool to see all these kind of. I mean, I knew I was going to love this game from like the first 5 seconds of playing it. But it's amazing to see all these kind of philosophical ideas. I love games that do that and films that do that kind of, want to discuss these deeply philosophical thought processes. But yeah, so it's funny how everybody's gone to the Rapture and the Turing test has come together. Now, if only I can figure out what the hell I need to do with this. Oh, wait, look, there's a thing there. So if I blop that into there, then I can go around and through this door. Oh, so bright. Here. And then I need to pull that back. So did I put that in there? Yes, I did. I put that in there. The manageable one, the manipulating one? Yeah.
This is the crew's quarters. It looks abandoned.
Okay. Captain McLean. Oh, how convenient. What does that say? Don't touch. This is the 5th time. Okay, well, we can see a photo of his twin there. His bunk looks rather empty, though. Toilets over here. Wow, having the captain next to the toilets. Sure. I do not see the need for so many cameras. Tom's presence is everywhere is slightly oppressive. I understand the need for transparency, but why is he in the toilets? True, it's like American toilets, when they have the gaps everywhere so everyone can see you pee-pee. I swear every time I go to those, some kid always tries to look through the gaps. Like, thanks, kid. Moonwatch log sheet. Okay, sure. So this is his brother, one of his twins, Chris. Aw, don't they look adorable? I like your little NASA outfits. Various mining and drilling things. Oh. Okay. Looks like something went wrong there. KBW? I don't know. Girard? I don't know if that's an existing team or not. Because we care. ISA, definitely not evil. So that must be the other triplet, Peter, who's back on Earth. Christopher McLean. Oh, a puck. This guy's thoroughly Canadian, isn't he? So he's got the Canadian ice hockey gear. What's this? Riluzole. Okay. Is that an antidepressant or something? Right. Okay, that's that one. This is Sarah Brooke. Hello. Curious. A scientist who also has a cross. What have you got here? You got more Riluzole as well? Okay. Cool. Definitely a lot neater than the boys' rooms. I mean, sure. Okay, maybe she enjoys gardening. Strange thermals on the west side of the crater. Okay. I'm sure that won't come back to bite us in the butt. What have we got here? Computer, lots of identical pencils, and a data pad. Okay, so it's a letter to Tom. So as before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this kind of pause on the screen because it looks like, oh gosh, it's quite a long letter. So read this in your own time and yeah, we'll chat about it in 2 seconds. So this is an interesting discussion in the idea that Sarah's thinking that maybe actually man and machine are not so different, but not from the perspective of testing machines if they're men, but more testing that humans are like machines, which is a very interesting thought, really. And I mean, that's what I love about games like this. So if you have your own thoughts, then let me know in the comments below. Let me know in the subreddit as well. I love, playing these games and chatting with you guys about stuff like this. Okay, needles. Morphine? Yeah, that looked like morphine before I spun the bottle around. Okay, so Mikhail not having a great time here. Oh, look at his cute little dog, though. What's this? Okay, so he's got riluzole as well. He's also got an adorable dog. What's this? I love how the ISA icon looks like a Starfleet comm badge. Right, what have we got here? The whole team experienced nausea during a large electrical surge in Europa's atmosphere. I am concerned. Oh yeah, so Mikhail was the doctor. So once again, I'm gonna have Matt pause this so you can read it in your own time, and we will discuss in a second. Okay, so that's quite the find. So it turns out that the ground crew all have electrical implants that are essentially mind control devices implanted by the ISA and Tom that Tom controls. That, he kind of makes them feel endorphins and happiness when they do good things and do what he wants. Yeah, Pavlovian there. Or punish them if they try to think anything else. So Mikhail took his out and then got fired by the ISA, although how you can fire someone who's on a moon of Jupiter, I have no idea. But he got Chris on his side because, as he mentions there, riluzole helps deal with it. So I guess that's why Chris, and I think Sarah had the drugs in their room. Which is, wow, okay, so everyone here was under Tom's control. So, well, that just confirms my fears that we should not be listening to Tom. Suchi has it as well. God, okay. But everyone was mad until, oh, wait. So, I don't know if you remember from the notes that we found earlier, but Sochi's wife passed away. Oh, no, it looks like a ring. Oh, that is sad. That is really sad. Okay, guys, you know the drill with this. So Sochi found an organism, I guess that's the one they were talking about before, that feeds on radiation and essentially can heal wounds. Oh, you dorks. But then, I mean, the other kind of communication seemed to indicate that it was not great. Oh, here we go. So this is in kind of layman's terms, explaining to Chris what it is that he's found. And as Chris has put it, so you found something that can make humans immortal. Not exactly. There are many causes of death other than DNA damage. It would not save you from trauma, brain damage, or cardiac arrest, but could potentially cure cancer and genetic diseases and massively increase life expectancy. Terrifying to think that in, 2200, we still haven't cured cancer. So a lot of big finds here, from Mikhail chopping off his arm to get his implant out, to all of them being controlled by Tom under the orders of the ISA. So, I mean, was Tom performing his own Turing tests on them?